Well, welcome to another episode of Mafia Memoirs. My name's Jody Sedrick.
And I'm Rod Puzey.
And we are part of the Zenware Road FS team, and we are excited to be here with you this morning. And one of the things that Rod doesn't even know yet, but I've been working on a lineup of guests for the next 3 weeks, 4 weeks. And so to give you a flavor of what's coming, we have Joab Flores come in, Art Baca, and the Lady of Detailing, Diana Balboni. So he knew about that one. So we're getting quite the lineup of people ready to go and to join us. So today we're actually waiting for Jose Del Real of Devil in the Details.
He's Hashtag DITD.
Yeah,
I can't say it as fast as he does. He's got this whole thing.
He says it. Something about a bag of chips.
And a bag of chips. Hashtag DITD. There it is, right there.
I'm like, what did he just say?
I'm getting it. Hashtag DITD. I got it.
Yeah, you're like ready to go. So maybe you should go to work with him.
There you go.
Detailing some cars. So, but anyway, so we're super excited about the upcoming guest. We also are working on a brand new release of Road FS, and Rod and I are doing all of the testing and hope to be able to launch that in the next short little bit. So we're not going to give you a definite date, but it is soon to come. So, and that's going to have some enhancements on the iPhone, Android, and of course the Command Center. We also wanted to give a special shout out to Rennie Doyle and Chris Woolman for inviting us to be part of their weekly industry series where they host a huge webinar, and they invited us to be a part of it last week. So we want to give them a thank you for allowing us to be a part of that presentation and that webinar. It was an awesome experience with them. So,
and Rennie's in Prague this week.
I know, what's up with that? How come
he's
he
a
never
world
invites
traveler.
me? So
yeah.
So anyway, so I see Chris Woolman's on the line. We're still waiting for Jose to join with us. As soon as he comes on board, I will join, see what's going on. So I see Chris. Welcome. Good to have you. And let me see if I can slide over here and look at what I got, where I can see how to add somebody. I see Chris, but I don't see anybody else yet. So, all right, Jose, if you're on board, come on board, and then we will get you. Hello, Chris. Good to have you. So,
yep, we finally saw your Hot Wheels collection on the wall. That definitely qualifies as either hoarding or it's in between hoarding and a collection, because a collection's a few, but when you have to have multiple walls framed in with hundreds and hundreds of Hot Wheels, that's a bit of a hoarding thing. So.
I think it's the beginnings of a museum.
It could
what
be.
I think.
The Chris Woolman Memorial Hot Wheels Matchbox Museum.
I love it. I think it's awesome.
Just saying, you might want to go with that. Go with it. I got a couple for you. So
yeah. So we're just waiting for Jose to join us, and then we will get rolling. So let me double check again, see if I can see him here.
And for anybody out there that views this or is going to view this, if you have not been on the series yet and you want to be, all you need to do is get a hold of Jody or myself. You can email us at either jody.sedrick@zenware.com or rod.puzey@zenware.com. And, let us know if you're a Mafia member, your IDA, even if you're a vendor like us, you can get on there. So anytime you want to do that, I think you just joined on there as well, Jody. Let us know. There's a couple people I would like to make a shout out to that we want to get on this series. I would like to get Chris West on here. Chris, if you're watching this, please get a hold of us. We'll try to reach out to you as well and get you on here. I'd like to see some other vendors like ourselves get on the series and talk about how it is to be part of the group on the side of being a vendor. And besides that, Chris West is just a cool guy. We want to get him on her anyway, so that'll work. And if you have somebody that you would like to recommend, even if they haven't reached out to us, let us know. Just get a hold of us, and we can get somebody signed up to be on here. Like I said, Jody's got about 5 or 6 people he's got on the list. We've got other people that are on our hit list, not to steal Chris Woolman's title, but we got a hit list of people we'd like to get on here. And we don't have a preference. We don't have it's not, ranked by anything. It's just whoever wants to be on here that actually, provide some information about the industry and about the people in the industry and what it means to you and how you got there and all that kind of stuff. Go back to the series and watch some of them if you have not seen them, the older ones that we've done, and you can get on here. There's about 6 people on there now, Jody. So
I see the numbers, but I don't see him. The only person that I see is Chris when I go to add, so which is weird.
There he is.
There he is.
Add the man. There he
All
is.
right, here we go. With a bag of potatoes.
I'll add a bag of
hashtag DTID.
There he is.
Hey, sorry, I got this fancy stabilizer and it was going haywire on me, so I was kind of like tilting it, but I'm just gonna use my hand for now.
That was just a trip in your mind for a second. So,
Good morning, Ryan McGowan.
So how are you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I actually just got a customer's vehicle in, get it prepped, ready to get started. But it's been a good day so far. I woke up a little earlier than I expected, but going with it.
Well, that's good. That means that you're excited for the day. So
yeah, it really is. Like, go ahead.
So what are you working on today?
Of all things, a Prius.
A Prius.
Excellent.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to bathe in diesel fuel after this to get it off me.
Yeah. It's all right. Yeah, you kind of what it does is it zeroes out any of the emissions from other vehicles. So then you could just go out and do burnouts out in the parking lot afterwards, and
That's on the list. That's part of the final inspection. I'm gonna see how the rubber burns.
That's good, man. That's awesome. So that's super cool. Well, man, it's been, it's funny because every time I see you on Facebook, you always have some mad tagline that you say so fast that I can never follow. So you need to say it slower so I can catch up and then say it at
What's going on, everybody? This is Jose Del Real, Devil in the Detail, detail.city, hashtag DITD.
All right, now say it
all
the
that
way you
all
say
that in a
it.
bag of chips.
All that in a bag of chips. There you go. Shout out to William Lara. He's the one that told me that.
I love it. So it's interesting how each person develops their own iconic representation of themselves, creating your own brand. And it's very
branding.
recognizable. Yeah. So tell us about your business, man.
Devil in the Detail is I've been running it since 2014. I was so the birth, I guess the company would be about April 2014. I went to train with Rennie in August of 2014. But during that time, I was working at a John Deere dealership here in town on the parts counter, and then I moved up to the parts manager. A year later, almost to the date from whenever I trained with Rennie, I said the hell with corporate America, and I just went out on my own. And I didn't really I didn't have a plan. I didn't have I had a blueprint, of course. I had met plenty of detailers. But I just didn't want to be stuck over planning and overthinking. And so they say that detailing wise, if you don't make it through the winter, then you really ain't got no business detailing. But if you can survive the winter, if you got to get a job or, do some side hustling on, to get you through, that's part of the game. But just surviving the winter time is crucial. And I did it in 2015, 16, 17, 19. The lights are still on.
That's awesome. So what's your secret to success in surviving the winter?
you have to get creative. That's the main thing. Whatever, I mean, people are going to call you to get their vehicle clean throughout the year. But in the wintertime, it's just less people are educated on the benefits of detailing during the wintertime. So that's where that creativity comes into play, and really marketing to those customers that might not see the value in doing something in the wintertime. And yeah, you just got to keep it funky, keep rolling with the punches.
Yeah. And I think part of it is, as we talked to some other folks that are in some climates that are not so hospitable in the winter, you have to get creative in the sense that you have to market to that climate. If you've got
Exactly.
people that salt the roads, you got to market to the benefits of having, a coating to protect your paint from the salt on the roads, or the interiors, or whatever it is that you're going to do to market to that particular environment, and go from there.
Yeah, and that's part of I think what gets lost in some detailers nowadays is that they try to go for the shiny cars, the big ticket jobs, and they forget that just plain problem solving can get you those really those big bucks. You might get a job, just odd jobs. I had somebody doing a windshield coating on what was it? A Caballero GMC. It's kind of like a El Camino. I've had a semi come in that was getting traded in. So it's really diversifying your mentality and diversifying your problem solving abilities.
Yeah, I think that's really huge. Go ahead.
I was actually going to reply. I can't remember who posted it. I know the Parkers. I think Christian Parker posted it, but there was a window sticker from a dealer that upped the value of a car based on the coating that it got. And I think that's one of those things where especially at this time of the year, is marketing to people. And then Siri yesterday was talking live about, I'm getting ready to sell my car. Should I do X, Y, Z? And then you brought that up with that semi. It's like, that is a perfect, we can always make it a perfect time, right? But it's a perfect time to do that to a car, because you're going to increase the value. In a home, you look at it as the curb appeal, right? A car is the same way. People get emotional about cars. And if you see one that's like, it's all right, versus one that's just, spot on, then that makes a difference.
Yeah. So like the rule of thumb, what I tell people when they ask me when a good time is, and you can really go down the list of any major event that they have going on in their life is going to be a good time to clean your vehicle. If you're having a baby, if you're going on a road trip, you're coming back from a road trip, you're getting married, you're going on a date, you're picking up your grandparents, graduation, you just got your car back from the body shop. There's just a number. everybody takes a shower every day. You're going to get dirty, but you're still going to take a shower.
He doesn't.
So, you're supposed to. Not a lot of people wash their cars, but that's what we're supposed to do. So that's part of our job as educated. So Rod, you better take a shower.
When you talk about education, one of the things that I see that you do really well is you'll have an education day for women that want to learn how to detail a car, or have a family day. You're really good about having some type of educational event to bring people in to teach them how to detail. Let's talk about that a bit.
There's a lot of people that really truly are. Shut up. She's bugging. I just got a 5-month-old German Shepherd, and she's a sweetheart.
He wants to get his time on the camera. He's
let me go.
Camera time, dude. Come on, man. Help the brother out.
Come here. Come.
He just disconnected.
Come here. Jesus.
Holy cow.
See, you show one love, and the other one gets jealous, and they all jump all over you. I have 3. I have a German Shepherd, a little boxer, and a pit bull. But
nice.
The
shop family.
They keep everybody away.
Yeah.
So the education, there's a lot of there really is a lot of people that truly like to do it themselves, and there's a lot of people that rather not invest in having somebody else do it, and would rather do it themselves,
Sure.
cost or for their own personal experience. but a lot of times people just don't know the right way, so the experience isn't as enjoyable. So, like, especially like if I have a customer getting a polish or a coating, I always tell them, like, look, your first maintenance wash, bring it back over here, um, and we'll wash it together. I'll show you step by step what I'm doing, and I'm going to point out which products that I have on the shelf or products similar, so that you can, if you want to go elsewhere, you have that. I mean, you buy whatever you want to, but you're going to know how to properly use them. I've had a lot of people bring up products and like, hey, what do you think about X, Y, Z? And when it comes to products, I really try not to offer opinion on product. It's just really how you use it.
Yeah.
The product is the product, but it's how you use it. You can mess up paint with polish. You can mess up paint with quick detail spray if you use it improperly. So yeah, it's just giving people the confidence to do it themselves. And it just makes it a little bit more enjoyable because they don't have the stress that they're potentially, or that they're damaging something without knowing.
Yeah.
Right. No, that makes a lot of sense. So one of the things that I've been anxious to talk to you about is some of the philanthropic things you do,
Yes.
some of the outside of the detailing world. And I mean, I know you're always like giving back to the community. So you post stuff about stuff going on in and around your community, your family members, you're raising money for somebody's health issues. I mean, you're all over the place helping people out. So explain to me and everybody else that, kind of some of the stuff you got going on over there with things you have happening. I know you and I have chatted a little bit about some things we have in common in that area.
So, like every other human being, I'm a sinner, and I've sinned a lot in my 30 years of life. So I reached a point in my life where the power of just giving, and for the sake of giving, or for the sake of making myself feel good for giving. But there's you're not going to hurt anybody. You're not gonna. There's no wrong that can happen by helping somebody out.
Mm-hmm.
And in doing so, you get to meet a lot of people. You get to hear a lot of people's ideas, and you get to share. You get to have conversations that you normally wouldn't have. For example, me and you, Rod, we wouldn't have had that conversation had I not, done something about it, posted, or just even had the conversation. And I've had a number of guys that reach out to me based on that. And to touch on some of the things that I've done is, of course, me being a veteran. I tried to help out. We have a Kansas Soldiers Home here in Dodge City, or right outside of Dodge City, and yeah, they rely heavily on contributions, and so as a veteran, I gotta look in the future, in the long run, I might end up over there. So I want there to be a culture of helping, as opposed to you're dealing with these people.
Right.
You're waiting for them to, cross that golden bridge or whatever. So there's quality of life to be had when people help each other out. And when it's done by, from the heart and is genuine, is the most beautiful thing ever. The other thing, health-wise, my nephew, he was born in November, and he has a congenital heart defect. So yeah, that's a battle that my sister is, and her husband, and really all of us are kind of fighting right now. And I was uneducated in that subject, so I took it upon myself, and in doing so, I realized how much of a battle it can be potentially. So I couldn't imagine the anxiety and stress of having to deal with the health of my child on a daily, hour by hour, minute to minute basis, much less having to deal with that and having to deal with the finances behind that.
Yeah.
So that's
now you do have a GoFundMe page up for your nephew, correct?
it's not a GoFundMe page, but it's a Facebook donation page. So Facebook has kind of an equivalent. And yes, you'll find it on my business page, on my personal page. I'll even go back to the live and post a link for anybody that that wants to take an opportunity. It's greatly appreciated.
Yeah, and that was one of the things that you know, the conversation that Jose and I are kind of alluding to is that I have a daughter that's had a congenital heart defect since birth. She's 14. Well, she's 15 and a half at this point, or 14 and a half, I should say. Anyway, I got two daughters that are real close. One's 15 and a half. So she's had this since they found it an hour after she was born. And she has a bad heart valve. And it's one of the congenital heart defects. It's called aortic stenosis. And it basically means instead of 3 even petals on her heart that flap open, she's got 2 of them that are connected, and one that's like about a third of the size, and it doesn't open all the way, and it never closes all the way. So on a daily minute basis, her heart does not, the blood does not fully flow. It flows backwards. Hers, fortunately for her, is not life-threatening. So the biggest challenge that she stands to is that she has to deal with it the rest of her life. She also had her chest cavity. Everybody knows it as a sunken chest, but it has a very medical term. But basically, her chest was so sunken that it was compressing her heart and her lungs. And so therefore she wasn't getting full oxygen, and her heart was affected by that. So she actually has a steel bar in her chest.
Hey guys, welcome
back again.
Round two. Seems like we always have something happen, gives us a little bit of hiccup. So we're going to, Rod got cut off mid-sentence, so we're going to get Jose back online, and we're going to wrap this puppy up. But we really appreciate you guys joining us every week as we do these Mafia Memoirs. As you can see, every discussion goes in a different direction. We have a kind of a general idea where we want to go. We want to talk about detailing. We want to talk about growing your business. But one of the important things that I think that this conversation is bringing to the forefront, that while you try to focus on your business, while you try to be a good citizen, life happens. Things just like Ryan, he gets an earthquake. We get children that have health, and another one, and life happens. And when life happens, to me, that's when it is our opportunity to serve each other, to uplift each other, to rally around each other, and make sure that everybody is able to push through those challenges in life. So, but we really, really do appreciate everybody in the community, both that is officially Detail Mafia, the guys that are just IDA, or just detailers looking to up and come and develop their businesses and their personal skills. So, but we appreciate you. So we will wait for Jose to join us, and then we will add him and wrap this up in a few minutes after that. So the other thing that I did want to, oh, there he is. Woohoo! Let me add Jose back. So let me go here.
Yep.
There you go. Boom. Add him right there. Add. Looks like we're
Yay!
Oh, hey, you're back. I don't know what happened there, but it got a little, I think the conversation got a little heavy, and it just was like, that's enough. We're done.
Yeah, there you go.
No, that's good, man. So, but anyway, Rod was finishing up his story about his daughter.
Anyway, so that's where my daughters took me, and I just, to me, it was very heartfelt that you had explained that to everybody, and you went down the path of education, and literally took the time to educate yourself and everybody else.
Yeah, I think it's really important because I mean, you really want to let people know what their, where their contribution is going, what type of impact they're making, and and a lot of people appreciate that. They want to know where their money's going, and I want to find people that this cause aligns with their values, and I just think education is just you can never go wrong with it.
No, not at all. And thank you very much for sharing that journey. I think that is an important part of it, is that, we share. I think a lot of times we get so focused on business that we miss the human factor. And I appreciate that you really do bring the human factor, not only in your business, but in the way that you share your life. Those 3 little girls and that new baby coming, that's pretty exciting.
It is, man. It's, it's my plan to take over the world is finally going to come to fruition.
One little girl at a time.
You know, so
Right, that's right.
Yeah, you know what? I think any honest man will say that the women have the largest impact on the world. So, and you got blessed with a beautiful wife and 2 baby girls and a third on the way. That's awesome.
that's gonna be some heavy decision makers in the future.
Yeah, I know all about that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So tell us what you're planning on doing for 2019 in your business. Anything new and exciting, or?
Really, I just want to be able to expand what I can do here. I want to get into. I've had this mobile van that I've been trying to get it together, and I really want to roll it out and have something on the streets. Have a shop doing all the high end stuff. I wanted to get into some wholesale work, fleet work. I want to get a couple more accounts. So just expanding, and then just looking for different ways to have fun within the business. It's I think it's important. We get so caught up in the business end that it's almost. I know personally, I would allow myself to get so caught up in it that it would almost stress me out that I'm not even enjoying it. So this year, man, I'm letting my hair down. I'm relaxing, but I'm still going full speed ahead. Like I posted this morning. I woke up at 1 a lot earlier than I intended, but I'm just ready to, just to keep charging and keep knocking down these problems that keep popping up.
That's
Excellent,
awesome.
man.
That's
Excellent.
So, and you missed this when you bowed out there got disconnected for a sec. We wanted to give you a shout out and to thank you for serving in our military, along with other great men and women like Jasir and Joab. We truly do have a special place for the men and women that serve in our country, both in the military, but also as the first responders. So we wanted to give you a personal thank you for that. So,
well, thank you guys for the support that me and to anybody else that's put on that uniform. The guys before us, they didn't necessarily have that support. So for us to have it, it's a beautiful thing. So I appreciate you guys.
yeah, it's beautiful.
It's awesome.
So, I know you're trying to expand your business. Hopefully, we're planning on being at Air Force One. Have you gotten any indication if you'll be on the team with us, or?
I've been trying to talk to my boss, see if he'll let me have the days, but if I get the opportunity, I'm there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So, well, with the boss being pregnant, sometimes that may make it a little more difficult to leave.
Yeah, definitely. So life will dictate.
Yeah, it does.
That's exactly true.
Yeah, one of my favorite memories with you was last year working side by side at Air Force One, and our color guard, the Smith color guard, baby.
Squad one, leading
That's
the way.
right. It's super fun. Squad One, baby.
Go take a shower, Rod.
So, all right. Well,
Awesome, man.
so how can people, once again, tell people how they can find you? And because we want, the people in your community to know that you are the phenomenal detailer in your market and you are there for them. So tell us your spiel.
You can call me 620-339-6895. You can find me online. My website is www.detail.city.com. It's currently under construction. You're not going to find anything. So just go over to the Devil the Detail Facebook page. On Instagram, it's at Devil DITD. Twitter, it's at Devil DITD. Snapchat is detail.city. And Facebook is just the ugly guy with the long hair.
Well, we know
Awesome,
that's
man.
not
That
Ron.
ain't me.
Hey, no, that's the one that doesn't shower.
Hey, well, thank you very much for joining us, man. We sure appreciate you, your spirit, your excitement for life, and just your candor and honesty, because I know a lot of your posts are being very, very real, not only about your business, but also your personal journey. And I think that invites people to want to do business with you because they know they're doing business with the real person. So
Yeah, That was honestly one of the biggest battles that I'm gonna say that I had with business is that, I mean, coming from the military, we come from like it's extreme professionalism and placing the mission first, but we're really rough, we're really unpolished in the way we do things. So transitioning to the civilian world and then transitioning into self-employment, entrepreneurship, whatever, it's just you can't deal with people the same. So I noticed I kind of regressed and kind of just hid my personality a little bit. But it got to the point where I felt myself becoming a different person, and I'm not polished. I'm not well-rounded. I'm sharp around the edges, and truly, I don't care.
That's good.
That's okay. You know what? You're going to attract the tribe that's right for you. And I know personally, my interactions with you, that you will take care of your customers. You'll come in, you'll be very honest with them. You'll outline different options for them, make recommendations, even train them on that follow-up wash. And I think that has some real merit as not only a business owner, but also just a well-rounded guy that's there to serve other people.
Yeah, it's just being sincere and genuine. It really starts with yourself, and to be able to pass that on. And it's hard to be genuine with people if you're not really genuine with yourself. I just don't see it happening. So yeah, it's being 100% with the customer and really seeing eye to eye, even if you don't agree, even if it's not the right fit. Because that has happened where a customer is like, you know what, that's not what I'm looking to do. And I give them a solution that fits, their needs, even if it doesn't include me in the equation. And, I think there's value in that. You don't have to chase every penny. It's just, it's planting seeds of just trust. They might have a problem in the future that, that's a little bit bigger than they can handle, and they'll come to you. So,
yeah.
And if not, because of the way that you treated them and the courtesy that you gave them, they may not do business with you, but they will be inclined to refer you to somebody in their circle of friends. And so while they may not write the check, they will write the check because of the way that you interacted with them.
Absolutely. And that actually has happened where somebody comes in and they mention a name of somebody that I've never ever done business or did any work for, but they just happen to pass my name along, and based on what they saw. And so very true.
That's awesome. Well, thank you very much. We appreciate you taking a little bit out of your day. We know you got to rush off to get that Prius all cleaned up and polished.
Yeah.
So.
I know. I appreciate the invitation, guys. It's always fun chatting with you guys, and I hope to see you guys soon.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, buddy.
Sir.
You have a great day.
Peace out.
Peace.